Hey everybody, it's Kelly Williams with the Kelly Williams Show and Your Home TV. And we are live right here on Radio Row in Las Vegas for Super Bowl week. Oh yeah. And guess who I have? The amazing Chef Andrew Zimmern. Hey.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm great. I'm
Good.
great.
I love your outfit, first of all. You're
Thank you.
very handsome. I love
Thank
the
you.
pocket thing.
Thank
happening.
you. I appreciate
Very
it.
nice. Very artsy.
Thank you.
Like you are. Okay, so I want to know, how long have you been a chef?
I guess my first chef job was probably 40 years ago. I was very young.
Yeah.
I came back from Europe and I got a job in a seafood restaurant in Southampton, Long Island called Conscience Point Inn. And that was my very first chef job. And I realized I had no idea how to manage people. I could cook, I could order the food, I could do the business end of the stick, but I didn't know how to manage people. So I went into New York and I spent many, many years cooking and learning the rest of my craft so that I could then take a chef's job in a restaurant and actually do everything I was supposed to do.
Yeah, that's that's got to be a really hard, high-pressured job.
Well, it is, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's at the intersection of health and wellness. It's at the intersection of our criminal justice system, immigration, social equity of all kinds, gender equity.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, chefs, I think, are incredible advocates and civic-minded people and very active in our system because we are actually living these issues every day.
Yeah, I agree. Is this something you always dreamed of?
Yeah, when I was 5, my parents knew I was going to be in food from the time I was 3 or 4 years old.
Wow. Just were you like stirring things?
I wanted to cook. I wanted to eat. I wanted to try everything. My father says I ignored the right column of the menu and just ordered as much as I could from the left side of the menu. And I was like, all right, that's cool.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
What does your family think about you? You've had an amazing career. What do they all think about everything that you've done so successful?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think they wish I'd spend more time at home. But I mean, I'd like to think that my friends and family and also my fans are proud of the way I carry myself in public. I know they don't always agree with my civics or in some cases my politics. I try not to be divisive, but I believe very strongly that, for example, hunger in America is a genocidal issue. Women and people of color are disproportionately more hungry than others. We have the solution, we have the money, yet we don't have the political will to do it. So therefore, it's a decision that our representatives in states and in Washington, D.C. are choosing to keep people hungry and condemn them to less desirable outcomes of all kinds. Health and wellness, criminal justice, growing their own business and families. They're getting less advantages because students that eat are better off in all of those areas. And I think the best place to start is where Gen Youth is starting, which is why I've been involved with Taste of the NFL for 20 plus years, which is helping to end student hunger in America. I think this is, an incredible issue. And if anyone is out there who wants to keep children hungry, raise their hand.
Yeah.
But, then come look for me because you got a fight on your hands.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and that's what I was going to ask you. You have been involved with this big event that happens this Saturday.
That's
correct?
Right. Yep. It's the largest fundraising event of Super Bowl week. It's an NFL sanctioned event. More players will be there than will be on the field for Super Bowl 58, including the benches.
Yeah.
We have 30 chefs, hundreds of players, Miss America, Cirque du Soleil, silent auction, live auction. And what's really increased over the last 5 years are all the retired athletes.
I love that.
Who and Hall of Famers who have started wineries, breweries, food businesses in some cases. And it's magical to see how much everyone loves food and raising money for those that can't afford to have a food life.
Yeah, I love that.
And I think it's a really important awareness raiser. I would encourage people to go to tasteofthenfl.com, let people know all about it. Go to andrewzimmern.com. We have a partners page. You can sign up for my Substack and learn about all the things that I'm involved in. But most importantly, cut and paste something and send it to your email list. Donations are great. Go to genyouthnow.org and make a donation if you can. Go to tasteofthenfl.com and make a donation if you can. But more importantly, email everyone and say, I'm going to do everything I can to help end childhood hunger in America.
I love that. What do you think, being involved with the Taste of the NFL for 20 years,
Yep.
what do you think has been really one of your favorite things about this event that happens?
How everyone is sort of pulling an oar in the same direction.
Yeah.
There's no divisiveness there. There's no argument about where to put money or what to do with it. There's no doubt in everyone's mind about the importance of it. And when you have that kind of team, I mean, it's one of the things that's come out of the NFL relationship is that, the organizations that have produced the event over the years have become more team oriented because we're working with people who have earned their living as a team. So
exactly. I love that. How many chefs are involved every year? Do they grow every year, really?
Yeah. I mean, and it's gone up and down depending on size of the room, theme, all the rest of that.
Yeah.
But, we have 100 behind the scenes and 40 at tables circulated around the room between the quote unquote celebrity chefs, the students, the young people who are the recipient of our sponsors' dollars to help them start their food businesses.
Oh my goodness.
It's really an incredible display of everything that food can touch and should be.
I love that. And I really think the NFL is such a good partner with this because, like you said, a lot of former players tend to go toward the food business.
That's right.
Which is a nice, partnership because their name or their ID and it's just a great, everybody likes food.
Of course.
And so it works very well. So I love this.
Yeah.
I love this. I want to know, and I know this gets asked for you a lot, but I want my viewers to know, what is the most bizarre food that you really think you've ever had?
Every time I'm asked, it changes because a different thing pops into my head. Worst thing. Let's just.
And it's bizarre mean worse because.
I wanted to teach people a different definition for bizarre. Bizarre, when we started the show, was a very important word to use because Webster's dictionary has a secondary definition that says unique and interesting. And so, but I know the spirit in which you're asking the question.
I mean, it tends to go.
Bizarre. No. I get it. I'd have to say all the rotted seafood. Every country in the world has a tradition of eating something and they rot it. And if you eat it after 10 days, it'll kill you. But if you let it go a couple weeks, the good bacteria kills the bad bacteria.
Wow.
It leaves all the stink and ammonia and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
But it's healthy probiotic protein.
Wow.
And whether it's stinkheads in Alaska or fermented skate wing in Korea or fermented shark in Iceland.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, all of that stuff is pretty nasty.
Yeah. What is skate wing?
Well, a skate, a small ray, right? The Koreans and by the way, rays. Stingrays are part of that family, but rays as a family, they're uremic. They pee through their skin. And so when you let their flesh age at room temperature, the funk is insane. And I don't recommend it. It's not for the faint of heart.
No, I can't even imagine. I mean, this is a pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah, I think so.
What you've done and very cool adventures that you've been blessed to have. And it's
true.
Wonderful that we're all able to join you.
No, I appreciate
and watch
that.
Just a reminder of viewers, where can they watch you, your shows,
there's
so many, you're everywhere.
I have 20 years of 9 different shows streaming on Max.
Okay.
I'm on the Outdoor Channel with Wild Game Kitchen, Field to Fire coming up next year.
Wow.
We have, I'm all over the place.
You just really type in his name and we'll be able to pull
you
up
could
everything.
see. I would tell people The best place to start is andrewzimmern.com.
Okay.
Subscribe to my Substack. That way you're kept up to date on everything.
Oh,
but
great.
the website itself has information. Just go across the nav bar at the top. You'll see my partners, the TV work,
Nice.
the food work that I'm doing with our hospitality company, the
Yeah.
production company that I own. I'm old. I do a lot of stuff.
You're awesome. That's why you do a lot of.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have a quick question. What one piece of advice would you give anybody watching this interview and has a dream to become a chef, be in the food, do things like maybe you've been doing? What would you tell them?
Well, I would broaden it a little bit. I think if anyone young asks me like, how do I navigate life?
Yeah.
I say you have to get a little bit humble on a regular basis and actually say to people, I don't know how to do X. Can you help me? And once you master that question, amazing things happen.
I love that because I think one fear that people have is that they're going to look weak or
no, it's a sign of strength. It's a sign, if you're very specific.
Yes.
If you're very specific, I don't know how to wear red glasses.
Yeah.
Can you help me?
I can.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
You instantly want to help me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? If you pretend like all you're thinking to yourself is this guy's a jerk. He's wearing black glasses. He can't handle red glasses. No, I'm being really serious. I mean, as human beings, if someone is specific and says, I don't know how to play pickleball. Can you help me? Sure. Even if I don't know how to play pickleball, I'll go online. There's a club right around the corner. Let's go do it. I think as human beings, we're incentivized when someone comes to us with open hands and actually asks for help. I think it's a really important thing.
I love that. What is one thing you would tell people why they need to be involved with the Taste of the NFL next year?
Because it's a hunger relief organization, and if you're not, then you're for keeping children hungry.
Yeah.
And I think we're not going to change things in Washington, D.C. when it comes to changing children's health. No administration has it's kicked the can down the road for 7 different administrations. This isn't left or right or red or blue.
No.
What we have to do is come together, NGOs, public-private partnerships, all of us as citizens, and say enough is enough. The federal budget is $1.5 trillion. It costs about $17 billion a year to end student hunger in America within about 3 or 4 weeks, because we have schools as distribution points.
Yes.
That's a rounding error. It's 0.0027.
Wow.
Why on earth we can't do that? So right now there are 5 states. I'm proud that my state, home state, Minnesota, is one of them. There are 5 states that have just said, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
We're going to feed everyone.
Yeah.
And we're going to start with kids. And I think it's very important.
I love that. Well, I cannot thank you enough for taking the time out to visit with us today.
Thank you.
You're amazing, very talented, and so much fun to watch. And I look forward to seeing what else you're doing this upcoming year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And thank you so much for everything you're doing with the Taste of the NFL.
Thank you.
And for child hunger.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Guys, you can watch more amazing interviews right here on the Kelly Williams Show because we are live in Las Vegas. It's Super Bowl week. See you later.